Hey, so what's up guys, it's Pohdoh here, and first of all, welcome to my first video with the Elgato. It's gonna be pretty much my first full-length video with the new Elgato, so the quality should be way better and the lag should be significantly less. And this is a war against Carnage, but that's not the main point. We have wars against them all the time now, so it's not even really anything that special. But anyways, I want to talk about the classes, and I want to give my ideas on new classes. And this is only my idea, but this is like the cumulative idea of multiple people on the forums and on Glassboard. So I don't take all credit for it, and then obviously I'm just one guy. But then pretty much all I'm doing on my channel is just voicing out the opinions of a lot of different people, because I can't come up with all these ideas myself. So anyways, it's pretty much gonna be my ideas on what the new class should be like, and it's gonna be friendly on both our sides of the newer players, the older players, and the developers. Because keep in mind, the main people in charge are the developers. They have the choice kind of have the choice whether or not to make the class or not. I say kind of because it technically is up to Gameloft as a corporation to actually come up with this kind of stuff. So anyways, it's going to be, how can we add new classes without, causing a huge imbalance, without causing, without, completely, adding new problems to the game, such as glitches and stuff. And this is what I've come up with along with multiple different other people, on the forum. Someone else posted this as well, and I just kind of build onto it. And it's that instead of making a completely new class, like one additional class with 2 more trees, I think what would be easier, not only on the developers but also the designers, the people who are coming up with these classes, is just to add a new tree to every single original class. And what I mean by that is that, for example, the warrior currently has a guard tree and a battle tree. A guard tree is for tanking, a battle tree is for DPS. And then how about you just add one more tree, like a paladin tree, for healing. So now warriors have 3 different trees, and at the same time older players benefit because they can use all 3 trees. Now warriors have some kind of basic healing spell, and then this is for every single class, so it wouldn't necessarily be balanced, since every single class is getting a new kind of spell, a new benefit, a new tree. And at the same time, this will make it so not everyone has to go through level 1 through 70 all over again. At the same time, it will give incentive for older players to actually play the class and not just newer players, because I can imagine a lot of the older players, even if a new class came out, a completely new class came out, the problem is that a lot of them are really comfortable with the class they have right now. For example, if a hardcore mage saw that there was a separate druid class that wasn't a new tree, just a completely new category of class, he wouldn't be very, he wouldn't have much incentive to actually change, because he's very used to a mage. However, if there was a new tree, he would have much more motivation to try it out, because it not only benefits, it's not only a new tree, not only does he not have to level up to level 70 all over again, but it's actually worth his time to actually export a new tree, so it can help his original class out, which is being, let's say, a fire mage. So these are the cumulative ideas I pretty much found. I keep saying my ideas, except I know it's not necessarily true. So first of all is the warriors. I would recommend having a paladin class. This is like a no-brainer. A lot of these ideas are from World of Warcraft, and the reason why they're from World of Warcraft is, guess what? Gameloft kind of ripped off World of Warcraft. The same way they ripped off Call of Duty or Modern Warfare with Modern Combat. The same way they ripped off, Halo with they ripped off Halo with Nova. They ripped off Uncharted with that other game. They pretty much ripped off every single game. Keep in mind, they're good rip-offs, but they're still rip-offs nevertheless. So Paladin for healing is pretty simple. They're pretty much gonna be a new class. They're gonna use swords, or I don't even know. Like, this is I'm just like putting this out. Okay, they can do some kind of damage, unlike monks, but then they don't have as powerful of a healing. So it's I don't want it to be exactly the same as a monk. And then in that, maybe it can even have physical healing, like where I'm not even sure, because I don't even know World of Warcraft all that well. This is just what I heard. So Paladin, for the most part, is pretty self-explanatory, just a random healing class. They have a little more stamina, they have a little more HP, they have a little less healing, whatever. And for the rangers, the new class, they can either have a beast mastery class or a ninja class. And a beast mastery class is where they're going to use their pets to do damage, and then the player itself player itself don't do all that much damage, and then a ninja class is where they use, you know, two-handed weapons. And the reason why I like the ninja class way better is because A, the beast mastery class is gonna be pretty difficult for the developer to actually, you know, make, since it's a completely new idea. I can imagine there's gonna be a bajillion more glitches, like, oh, my pet got stuck at like the top of MZL, or oh, my pet glitched out and now I can't summon it again, or something really stupid like that. I can imagine so many glitches with the new pets, and it's gonna be really hard to, you know, actually control them, you know, knowing the game's AI. So I can already see, oh, like a bajillion problems with beast mastery. So this is why I'm going for ninja, and they're gonna be using two-handed weapons. They're gonna be focusing on slow auto attacks but very high, you know, spell attack damage. And then yeah, like, you know, put in the comment section what you guys think of this, and, you know, like, give me your guys' ideas, because your guys' ideas are probably more important than mine. You know, I'm just here telling, you know, my opinions, but my opinions necessarily don't really matter if none of you guys listen to it in the first place, and if none of you guys respond to it, then, you know, what's the point? So anyways, a ninja class, and this is kind of up for debate, because, you know, it would be very similar to a DPS warrior with a two-handed weapon, but what can we do about it? I think that'd be kind of cool. You know, they can sneak as well, you know, because a ninja actually sounds like it kind of fits into like the ranger stereotype. So anyways, moving on, for mage, they should have a warlock or a shadow tree. And what it is, and I think this is probably the best idea out of all of them, because there's so many different game mechanics, like shadow damage, damage over time, fear, drain health. There's so many of these different kind of aspects of the game that mobs have, that are, you know, enemies have, other games have, but Gameloft never implemented them into any of our classes, especially fear, drain, you know, draining health, and shadow damage. If you guys didn't know, in the spell section there's actually shadow damage category, but then there is not a single shadow spell in the game, so it doesn't really make any sense. So by doing this, I think, you know, it'll fill that gap in. It'll allow for more diverse plays, not only upon, you know, shadow mages, but also upon frost and fire mages, since they'll have access to some of these spells, and you can have new hybrids and everything. I just overall think it'll, you know, throw a new spin to the game, and maybe even balance it out for a change. And then, you know, draining health and fear. I know archers have it, but then they barely ever use it. So I think fear is gonna be a really cool thing. So it's gonna be even better than silence or stun. But anyways, moving on to monks, and I think for monks they should have either a shaman or a shaman for range DPS, you know, elemental shaman, or they can have a druid for tanking. And I think the druid idea would actually be a lot better, because I can't imagine how they're gonna make a shaman class without, you know, having it exactly the same as a mage class, or, you know, having exactly the same as like an archer class. It's gonna be very difficult. But then a druid for tanking, there'll be two classes for healing and two classes for tanking. So and now not only warriors can tank, now monks can tank. Not only monks can, you know, heal, but now warriors can heal as well. So, you know, it makes it easier to find teams, and I think overall just add a little more balance to the game, make the game a little more enjoyable, not only for new players but for old players. And like I said, it's all very friendly to developers. You know, it shouldn't take all that much effort on their part, relatively speaking, because you know, it may sound like a lot of new ideas, but keep in mind, like, mobs all have this already. Like, regular mobs, you know, enemies in, you know, regular NPCs have these abilities. It's just that we don't have it, you know, the players don't have it. I mean, if you go quest, I mean, I've seen all these abilities everywhere. But anyways, this is Pohdoh. Come subscribe if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, tell me how the quality is on the video, and then yeah, subscribe and for more Order&Chaos videos. And sorry for the lack of modern combat videos, but then, you know, Elgato, it doesn't work with modern combat, and I'll elaborate on that more in another video. So anyways, Pohdoh, come subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.